and then it happens again. I got
the ED Sullivan concert when the Beatles arrived.
Now, like, how did you get a ticket?
Oh, that's a great story. I went to a very small school, and one of the fellows in my class had written away for tickets in advance, not knowing that he was going to hit the jackpot.
Just random, like just to be on the show.
Random. And the tickets arrived, and he invited some of his best friends.
How many tickets did he get?
I don't remember
Like
how
a
many.
lot.
There were a slew of them. I don't remember who else. There were my best friend Leslie, Judy, Fred. It was Fred Marin who had the tickets.
Are you friends with him on Facebook?
I should be.
Yeah, you should be. He saved your life, man. Yeah.
Magical Mystery Tour.
Uh-huh.
And he asked if my mom would drive the car.
Where were you living,
So-
New Jersey?
No, at that time we were living in Hewlett Harbor.
Oh, that's nice.
And myself. So there were 5 in our car, and I believe there was another car, but I don't remember.
Wow.
It's a blur.
Right, sure.
You know, we went into
So what were
this-
you wearing? Like, did it take you forever to get ready?
I don't have a clue.
Do you remember being there?
Oh, totally.
Yeah? Were you screaming?
Absolutely.
Really? Like with all the other girls?
Um,
Did you have a sign?
no.
Okay.
I sat in the front row of the
You got front row of the mezzanine.
of the mezzanine, and I don't remember where my mom sat. I guess.
Oh, so she
was-
got a ticket too
Oh,
because she drove?
Yeah,
Good for
yeah, we
her.
couldn't leave her outside.
No, well, you could have, but it's nice that you didn't. Right.
But what I do remember is that when everyone else was screaming for George and Ringo, Leslie sat next to me. We called for Paul and John, and I don't remember for certain, but I believe they either waved or blew kisses.
Aww.
Paul and John?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. So like everyone was screaming for George and Ringo?
Well, they would take George, you know, like in unison, or this was during breaks because they weren't just on all the time. And this was at the rehearsal. And it was a very, very long rehearsal because they were rehearsing for the first night's show. And then they were all also rehearsing. I don't remember exactly if they were rehearsing for the second show, and then they were rehearsing, they were actually recording the third show. So we actually were there for 2 or 3 shows.
Wow, so you all got your money's worth of a free ticket, man, right? Wow.
But I kept jumping up and down in my seat.
Did it change your life? Did you feel like the cool girl after that?
The truth is, it was like being in a bubble. There
Yeah.
was something so magical. They were, first of all, they were so accessible. All the other music till that point was packaged, boxed music. There was something so loose and touching. It touched your soul, and that's why you jumped up and down in the seat and you screamed. And
So were they Elvis's
Delight.
replacement? Did you really feel like it? Like
Elvis never captured my heart or soul.
Right.
This was just delight and joy with the band. And
yeah,
It's
well, it's the
great.
Beatles.
Do you remember the first time you heard the Beatles?
I remember hearing their music on the radio and being stunned. It was just captivating.
Wow. So do you listen to them still, like
Oh, of
all the
course.
time?
Not all the time, but
Do you have favorite Beatle albums?
the White Album is,
Yeah,
of
that's a
course,
good one.
is one of the best. But I love the
Number
originals.
nine.
I
Number
love.
nine.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know.
And I think one of my favorite songs is All My Lovin'.
That's my favorite
that's a
song.
good one.
And
Aw.
I can still feel the energy of the curtain going up and all of a sudden, the music beginning with "Close Your Eyes" and
Wow.
the
And you
burst.
saw them too, like both of you.
and the
Wow.
burst of that thrill of, oh my God, they're in front of me.
So do you think there's ever been anything to match that?
It was such a remarkable event in time. It was just, and I was always in love with music. When I went to college, I was part of the team at college that brought entertainment to our campus.
Where'd you go?
I went to Clark University
Okay,
in Worcester,
Worcester.
Massachusetts. We had a lot of great talent. I don't remember them. I guess that's part of.
You don't remember who you brought to school?
No, but I do remember we brought the Jefferson Airplane.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty big.
We brought them twice.
Wow.
Yeah, they were great.
Wow.
We brought Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Whoa, wow.
We had the top entertainment on the East Coast.
Really?
Yeah.
And
It was-
so would everyone from Boston come to Worcester for those shows?
If they could get a ticket, we were usually sold out.
Were they small? Was
was-
it in like the Madison Square Garden of the school?
No, it
The-
was in a. It
the
was
stadium?
it was in our music hall, which was probably
Small.
600 or 800 seats.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
very
Nice and
intimate.
intimate.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what do you do now?
Now I'm a realtor.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for 15 years.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Really? Wow.
Right. I sell property in New York City
Huh.
and northern New Jersey.
Okay.
And I'm also a pet photographer. Well, it's
Aw.
actually pets, persons, and places.
Huh.
But the pets and the persons are probably on the top end of that.
Wow. Wow. So how do you get a pet to sit for you?
I have a relationship with them.
You do.
Yes.
And they listen telepathically?
Well, you have to love them.
They
right.
can sense when
I
somebody
know.
loves
I
you.
have pets. I always have.
Do you have pets?
Oh yes.
What do you have?
I have a Shih Tzu.
Aw.
She's incredible, and I was told by a psychic that she came to me. She, I'll tell you the story in a moment, but she's the spirit of an animal that I rescued from teenage bullies when I was very, very young.
How old do you think? Was it
I was
around the Beatles
probably-
time?
No, it was before the Beatles time.
Oh, because you were only 14. So if you were a
Right.
teenager, that means you
I
were only
was-
13.
No, I was 9.
Okay, so you
I
were.
was 9.
The bullies were teenagers.
Oh,
The
okay.
bullies, the bullies were teenagers.
Oh,
and,
wow.
When my son went to live in South America with his dad, he brought his dog, and his aunt decided that she wanted to have Shih Tzus, and her Shih Tzu, she had first one, and then she had a male, and there were 3 litters in the family, and of the third, at the time that she had the 3rd litter, she had a favorite puppy. And we happened to get together in Florida, and she had the favorite puppy with her.
And that's your dog now.
And that's my dog now.
Aw.
And she came after me, nibbling on my toes.
Aw.
Like, you're mine, Mom.
What's her name?
Her name is Ying Ying.
How old
And
is she?
now she's 12.
Wow.
And she came to look after me, and she does.
Aw. Does she like the Beatles?
Oh, she loves it.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. So, we would love to let you have a corn chip,
Okay.
or 2 or 3, or a handful,
Okay.
whatever. It is National Corn Chip Day.
Okay, I have to chew on video.
You can if you'd like. And we would love to get a skeleton from your closet. You seem like you do a bunch of good stuff. So, like,
Maybe the rabbit story.
Okay. No. I'm sure if I had more time, I could come up with a better one, but we'll go for the rabbit.
you can always post it on our Facebook page. We love skeletons.
Okay. So I told you that when I was in college, I was part of the team that brought
Music.
the entertainment to college. And I was often in charge of selling tickets. So when the Jefferson Airplane came the first time, I made sure I had a seat in the front row. And given that my name is aLiCe, you go as aLiCe the White Rabbit,
yeah.
I decided that I needed a rabbit costume for this concert. And I went looking for one a few days in advance of the concert. That's what you do when you're in college.
Yeah.
And I found an antique store that happened to have a lovely little rabbit costume.
Wow.
Complete with ears, chin strap, and I had a little bauble in the back. And I wore it to the concert, and I sat in the front row, of course, and concert's off to a nice start, and I guess it was about the second or third song, Grace starts to sing The White Rabbit, and all of a sudden she catches on that I'm sitting there in a rabbit suit,
That is so cool.
and she stops singing, and she goes, "Lady, I've seen some weird things, but you are really strange. You're really in a rabbit suit, aren't you?"
Oh my gosh.
And I'm ballsy, but I'm also shy.
Right, yeah, sure.
And she's talking to me, and I want to melt away. And they go back to singing the song, and then I went partying with them, and
Really?
had a lot of fun. Brought them into a fraternity party at Worcester Tech, and
Wow.
I brought them in and said, can we come in? I've got the Jefferson Airplane, and they go, yeah, sure. And then they happened to have all their instruments out and gave them over to the musicians, and after a while they blew out their sound system.
As they should.
Yeah, as they did.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So
That's
you're friends
a
with
great
them on
story.
Facebook?
No.
Oh
No,
man, maybe
no.
you should
But,
reconnect, right? Wow.
music-
So that was the first time they came, so then they came again.
then they came again,
And then you were old friends.
and then they came for coffee.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that was James Taylor. James Taylor came for coffee.
That's a nice coffee mate.
Yeah. But, that was a long time ago.
He's a doctor now. I heard him tell at a Musicians on Call event. Were you at that when James Taylor played at the Hard Rock?
Yeah.
Me
Great
too.
house, yeah.
Yeah, he told us that he was a doctor, that the Berkeley school made him a doctor, and he could finally tell his father, like, Dad, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Because his
Yeah,
dad,
wanted him
his
to
dad
be a doctor.
is- His dad is a doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
So they gave him like a
Honorary doctor.
exactly.
Doctorate. Oh,
He's
that's-
Dr. James Taylor
Oh,
now.
that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So do you have a website how people can find you for whichever thing you want them to find you for? Photography, real estate?
I've heard you can find me on Google, but I will have a website in a couple of weeks because I just moved to a new realty agency.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm with Group 26 in New Jersey.
Okay.
Very innovative company.
Good for you.
And my website in New Jersey is New York KeSTiN Realty Group.
Wow. That's crazy. Push a button.
Okay. Sure.
Ouch. I know.
I have to change
Okay,
that. That's
change
just-
it. It's the. There you go.
Much
That's
better,
better,
much
right?
better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there you
Oh,
go.
wonderful.
aLiCe KeSTiN, thank you so much.
My
That is
pleasure.
really.
Thanks for letting me
Thank you.
happens again. I got skeleton